It's not a good time for fans of the MCU.
Nope, sad days.
Avengers 4, they just wrapped up shooting recently, and how this works with Hollywood movies is, they'll of course have their main shooting for several months, and then if they need more footage, they have what's called pickups, usually a few months before the movie comes out, just to get a scene here, get a scene there, that kind of thing. Just getting additional footage to use. And that is what happened with Avengers 4, which we still don't know the title for yet.
Or have a trailer for.
It's coming. Super Bowl.
Right.
Or maybe even around December.
And when it does, it's going to be crazy.
And of course, one of the Marvel mainstays of the MCU tweeted this out. Officially wrapped on Avengers 4, it was an emotional day to say the least. Playing this role over the last 8 years has been an honor to everyone in front of the camera, behind the camera, and in the audience. Thank you for the memories. Eternally grateful. And of course, that came from none other than Chris Evans.
Can he say that? That really sounds like he dies.
Chris Evans, who plays Captain America.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he's not playing the role anymore after this. He did say in an interview, I want to say it was at Comic-Con this past week. He said that he had the opportunity to renew his contract with Marvel, and he said he turned him down, and his reasoning was, I'd rather step off the train rather than have them push me off at some point. So basically tell him, you can't play Captain America anymore. We don't know. I mean, here's the good part about having a franchise based off of superheroes. Walking Dead. It's premiering this Sunday, as far as we know. And by the way, look forward to episode reviews on this podcast. So you got to watch.
Yeah.
Come over here and watch it. We're going to be watching things.
We'll see.
So, how you get rid of someone on that show, it doesn't make sense to have them leave the show and not die. You can't just be like, I'm going to retire from this. No, there's no retiring from this. You die. That's your only way off the show. Whereas with these films, I mean, it kind of seemed like at the end of Iron Man 3 that we weren't going to see Robert Downey Jr. reprise his role of Iron Man anymore. Just the way they ended it.
Right.
They kind of had him throw the old arc reactor into the ocean, which is probably horrible littering considering it's a small nuclear reactor. I don't think that was the smartest thing to do, Tony. But he also, it basically shows him not being Iron Man anymore. That's what's heavily implied.
Right.
When you also take into account he just blew up all of his suits. So, and all of them, there wasn't one left over, but then of course he just makes new ones. So it's not like you can't have a hero simply decide that they want something else. And that would kind of make sense for Cap. I mean, he's been, Peggy passed away. I think they handled that really well, by the way, in when it came to Civil War, I think. Yeah. Is when it happened. She passes away, and he's kind of got a moment where he's considering man, what do I do? I mean, the events of Winter Soldier and Civil War have kind of made him so that he can't do what he does as a soldier. I mean, he could be an Avenger, but I really think that if you're gonna with Phase 3 of the movies ending with this Infinity War sequel, I can totally see them resolving stuff, and some of the characters just are okay, well, there are plenty of heroes here.
Right.
Maybe he could be really cool. He a call back to the Civil War movie. He gives Peter Parker his shield. Oh, that'd be sweet.
Why? Peter Parker's Iron Man's guy, not Captain America's guy.
Why can't he be both?
Because
He's Spider-Man.
Bucky's supposed to be the next Captain America.
No, actually, it's what's his name? Who's the guy who's Falcon?
Oh,
Anthony
Mackie. I don't know the guy's name.
The actor's name.
Yeah,
it's not the character's name.
What is his name?
Oh goodness, I don't know either. I'm gonna go ahead and look it up. But what I'm saying is, you can, and that'll actually probably happen. I think that's gonna be the next step. Whether they kill him off or not, I think we're gonna have someone else step into the role of Captain America, just like they've done in the movies. So,
you mean in the comics?
Yeah. That's
I don't know. It's to me, if this is his last movie, I really hope he just dies. Like I said earlier, I don't know. Like the MCU, they've had such a history of, not being able to kill off characters. Like they fake it, they do it, and then it's like, psych, they're actually alive. Like even Coulson, who was supposed to be dead in Avengers, it's like, no, psych, he's alive. So it's like, and now you're gonna do it on an even larger scale with Infinity War.
Sam Wilson.
Okay, yeah. But like now you're gonna do that on an even larger scale with Infinity War, with all these people dying, and then we know, of course, somehow it's gonna get reversed. So it's like, can you kill? So that's why I hope that like we have like a real sacrifice, and Captain America will be the perfect person to do that.
Yeah, and it could still be Tony Stark, because
either way, one of them, both of them, I really don't care. Like I don't think they're going to be able to do both of them, because someone involved, I think it was one of the writers of the sequel, he stated that, with Infinity War we broke your heart, with this sequel we're going to blow your mind. So that kind of tells me like okay, you went to the movie that ends on a bad note. You went to the movie that's going to rip your heart out. Like we've already had that with Infinity War. And even though the effects are going to be largely reversed, I mean they can't avoid it. But that's the thing, I guess, that I'm getting at. Like if you're going to reverse the effects, there needs to be sacrifice. Otherwise the whole thing just feels really
but
cheap.
I don't think they can get away with killing off both.
I mean,
of them.
yeah, that's fine.
Like I'm just so I feel
I
like
get what you're saying. It'd be too sad.
But the thing is, like, I can't pick which one they would do, because it would honestly be super fitting for either of them to sacrifice themselves. Yeah. Like that's in Captain America's character, but it's also Tony Stark, the way that they've been building him up as a character of redemption. Yeah. Like he's been becoming more and more selfless. Mm-hmm. I mean, even the fact that he's like marrying Pepper and thinking of having a child,
and then he leaves it all behind in Infinity War to go and try and fight Thanos,
because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
So of course, exactly. So he's being like a better person and very selfless. And I know that, and Robert Downey Jr., he's a lot older than Chris Evans,
right?
So I'm sure he's like thinking, even though he's in really good shape for his age, and I'm sure he can do like other action movies after this. I just don't know if he wants to anymore. I know he has a blast.
The thing is, look at this. Look at it this way. Who do you want more as the character who like kind of disappears into the sunset and kind of makes like a few little cameos in some Marvel movies later on? Robert Downey Jr. or Iron Man or Captain America? To me, it's Iron Man, hands down.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
So, like that just sounds more exciting, more fun, like for him to be in there.
Or maybe they could do something where it appears that Cap dies, but you never really know. Kind of like how the first movie ended.
That'd be kind of cool.
Where everyone thinks he's dead, but there's like a chance for him to pop up later on. I think that would be neat. Maybe we can get like a brainwashed Hydra version of him, like that. Like that.
Oh my goodness.
But no. So I do want to say, when I first heard that Chris Evans was cast as Captain America, I thought, what, the guy who played Johnny Storm, Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movie? No, that's a terrible idea. You can't be two Marvel superheroes. That's breaking the rules. And boy, was I ever wrong.
Yeah,
with that. It's one of the few times where I've been dead wrong about a casting choice. The other one being Heath Ledger as the Joker. Thought that was a terrible idea at the time.
When you're wrong, Steven, you're wrong.
That was wrong. To be fair, a lot of people didn't think he had what it what it takes. But I'm happy to admit that I'm wrong about that. Happy to admit that I was wrong about Chris Evans as old Cap here. But Cap is just kind of one of those characters that gets killed off in the comics. Mm-hmm. I think he's been killed off a couple of times in the comics.
It gives the character more magnitude and more legacy when they have a death like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's fine.
And he's been a man out of time. Like it's almost like anytime we've seen him past his first movie, it's almost like, what are you doing?
He's not very comfortable. You don't
really, like, all your family and friends are dead, with the exception of course, Bucky.
Yeah.
And then if he's gone, like, what's the appeal of Bucky? Because, like it or not, whether you love the Bucky's character or not, his tether to everything is Steve.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's strange. It really is. Like, will Bucky die too, or will he just lose his will to fight? I don't know. It's kind of interesting, because I wonder what Sebastian, I think his name is Sebastian Stan, feels about this, or if I'm sure he knows more about his future roles in movies, but right. he hasn't tweeted anything like this out. So looks like they've got more plans for the Winter Soldier, or the White Wolf.
Yeah,
as he may go,
because he's a white guy.
Yeah,
and everyone else is black.
So say, by the way, Infinity War spoilers, in case we haven't spoiled enough for you. He is one of the characters who disappeared, but he's totally coming back. So don't put in the comments, "Oh, well, Bucky died." Yeah. Like I said, Thanos says a lot of things.
What?
Thanos says a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
None of them are necessarily binding.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I will miss the role of Captain America. Nathan will miss the role of Captain America. Will you miss the role of Captain America? Do you think Chris Evans should give it a little bit more of that old effort?
Or do you think his journey has come to an end? I don't know. To me, it makes sense. So, what do you think? Leave your comments below.
Indeed.